In today's video, we are going to be breaking down Anthony Edwards and how he shoots the basketball. Being able to break down NBA players is very important to be able to learn how they play, but also be able to become a better basketball player ourselves. Anyways, let's get down and let's check out how Anthony Edwards shoots the basketball. Okay, so in this first clip, what we have is Anthony Edwards coming off of a screen. From there, when he steps into his shot, we notice that both of his feet are pointing roughly towards the rim. The rim is in this direction. There is only maybe a 2 or 3 degree difference off from the rim, so that is going to tell us that from the base at the very least, this is going to be a very accurate shot. Next, we look at the knees. From the knees, what do we see? Well, the knees are coming together, but in every other shot that he takes, when he is not dribbling from the left or right side, if he's dribbling straight towards the basket, or when he's taking a free throw or a set shot, those knees don't come together, and they point roughly just away from the rim slightly as well. He collects that ball in front of his hips, roughly actually towards his left side, and then he brings it up into his set point. Now, by bringing it from his left side and up, that does add a little bit of time to his shot, so it makes it a bit easier to block. However, he was dribbling with his left hand, but even when he is not dribbling with his left hand, we do a lot of the time see him pull it from his hips and up, which is okay. From in front of your hips and up, that's going to be a slower shot than if it was on your right side and up. But again, this is an okay thing. A lot of players do it. When he does bring that ball up, we notice that the set point is just above his left side of his forehead, slightly above his head. We actually do notice as well that this ball is roughly above the elbow, which is totally fine. That's what we are looking for. And we see that his left shoulder and left hip are slightly back from his right side. Now, with that elbow being still underneath the ball, but slightly just off, that is now going to level out the fact that his left side is back. And from there, what we do see is that his left hand does not have a thumb flick on the shot, and the ball, he has a nice follow through. We also notice that his elbow is in line with his shoulder, which is going to be another accuracy point that we look at when analyzing shooters. From there, he releases that ball and he has that elbow above his head, which is very important if you're looking for a shot that has a lot of arc. Something that you can sort of see in this clip, but if you go and check out other shots of his, he has a lot of rotation on that shot. Just from here to there, from that small distance right there, that's one whole rotation of the ball. And I've counted the amount of rotations on other clips, and he actually has anywhere between 3 and 6 rotations on the shot before it hits the rim. Why is this important? Why is it important to have lots of backspin on your ball? Well, having a lot of backspin allows it to hit that rim softer so that it bounces in easier. So combine the arc with the amount of rotations on that ball, you're going to see even some of the shots that are slightly off from the rim being able to bounce in because of the amount of rotation on his shot and his arc. And we can see from this angle that his knees are slightly pointed away from the rim, but they do not come together. We also see that the ball goes from the front of his hips and up. Something else that I have noticed is that his wrist on his shot is not angled all that far back. A lot of players are taught to shoot with the wrist having wrinkles in the back. And with him, he actually shoots with not as much of an angle on his wrist. Now, why is this important? Well, this is important because, for one, a lot of trainers and coaches will say, well, you need to have all that bent on your wrist so you can have a lot of flick on your ball. But he still gets a lot of rotation on that ball. That is what that flick is for, to get the rotation. It also helps with distance as well, but mostly with rotation. And with his wrist being not bent as much as most players or most trainers and coaches would like, actually does something for him, which is something that I have figured out myself, which is why I actually don't shoot with a totally bent wrist. I can still get the rotation on the ball just like him. Now, the reason for this is to cut down like a tenth or a thousandth of a second, because that's going to allow you to release that ball faster. And as we can see here, he's able to release that ball quite quickly. The amount of time it takes him to get from his set point up into a release is huge. Now, something we do see is that his arm is at a 90 or a 45 roughly degree angle, which is going to give him more power as well, which is why he may be able to stretch out as far as he does without being or needing to bend his wrist all the way back. Something else I do notice from his shot is when he goes up for his shot, we look at his feet and there is a space between his heels and the ground. Now, the benefit to this is it's going to allow you to get up into your shot much faster so you can have a faster release. I hope that this breakdown has helped you become a better basketball player. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.